original. I have Siobhan, I have Mutia, and I have Keisha in the building. Everyone make some noise. Hello. How are you?
Good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, I mean, how long has it been since you all done anything like this together, like this lineup?
Oh my God.
It's a couple of years.
Yeah.
I think our last show was the Royal Albert Hall 2019, and then obviously COVID came around just before we were about to do our 20th anniversary plans. So yeah, kind of threw a spanner in the works for everyone, didn't it?
It did indeed. But I mean, it's still happening, which is the best thing. And I mean, I honestly, like, I'm just like, I can't believe you're all sat here together. Like, it's amazing. We could go all the way back. You know, you have achieved so many amazing things together. We'll talk about the fact that you had 6 #1 singles. I mean, Keisha, I guess I'm going to come to you first because you've been a babe from the beginning, and you've gone through different changes and lineups and etc. So talk to me about the journey. What's it been like?
It's been definitely a great journey. I've learned so many things, and you know, I think now that I'm a bit seasoned, a bit older, still in my 20s, but
still a baby girl.
But I appreciate it so much more, the journey, and just really super humbled to be able to be received in the way that we have. And to this day, it's such a blessing to even be able to get like the chances that we've had and stuff. So, you know, and obviously being with the girls, it's exciting,
And what has that been like? What's the reception been like? I'll ask you, Mutia, and then I'll come to you, Siobhan.
To be honest, it's just really, really nice to get back with girls that, you know, we've got our history together, and it's just nice to kind of carry on where we left off. So yeah, it's just really exciting times, to be honest. I don't know, I'm still buzzing from the few shows that we've been doing.
Yes.
So it's
we'll
good.
talk about those in a second as well. Siobhan, I mean, you look exactly the same. Like, you're just, all of you do. For you, what's it been like? Because you, I mean, for us that are fans, we've seen least of you the most, and you know, you've come back, and it's like, literally, I'm just looking at you like, wow, this is the original Sugababes. So what's it been like for you, the journey?
I mean, yeah, I went off and had like a completely different career. And to be honest, I loved it, and I've loved my journey, and I did my solo stuff. But it was important to me to circle back, and I don't think I really knew that I needed that until we did it. And I think it was quite a healing process, and the reception from fans has just been
crazy,
insane. Like, they are so diehard. Like, we're so lucky. It's amazing to be singing with the girls again, and you know, we do a little harmony, and I'm like, yeah, there it is, you know. Yeah,
it must be so nostalgic. All right, so talk to us about getting back together. This, I mean, who do we thank? Because this is something that you play about. Like, you'll be chatting with the girls, and you're a bit older, you're having dinner, you're like, oh, how sick would it be if the original Sugababes got back together? And it's actually happening. So I asked you guys off air, you know, because I wanted to know who was the hardest to convince to come back. But how did this come about?
My memory is so sketchy of that. Of like, who called who?
Did we speak?
I think,
maybe?
yeah, me and Mutia reached out to each other. We used to see each other at the odd parties. So we were like, this is weird.
And then I think we reached out to
the band
Keisha.
existed.
Yeah, then my lawyer called me and was just like, hey, so the girls have, and I was like, oh. And I had it'd only really been maybe like a year or two since I had left like the other lineup. So I was girl banded out, I thought. But I always, throughout my whole career, I felt like the One Touch album came out and it was brilliant. And I felt like, oh, it just left on this sort of like, you know, your favorite episode and what happens next. I always felt that about this lineup. So, you know, we did say off air that the girls feel like I resisted the most. I did at first, but that was because I just need to adjust to
the PTSD was still.
I mean, I was gonna say, I'm not being funny, Keisha, but like, you know, we have to give you your props because you have to remember all these other different band members, and you're singing, and that the emotional journey you would have to go through just by losing people and getting new people. And you know, I think the only person that could understand is probably Beyonce herself, because the lineup, it was different, but you still were you, and you were having to grow in that.
It was really difficult. I think, especially like, I think with Mutia, who, when Mutia left, because we grew up together, I think after Siobhan left, we had, you know, there was still Mutia there. So it kind of like had my childhood sort of, and it felt like the essence of Sugababes. And then I guess when Mutia left, I was just like, oh, and then there was one. And it kind of, you know, it felt like that. But, you know, we made it work for whatever it was. But I definitely feel like with us three, it's always felt so natural with us since we were kids. And I'm just like super happy that we are here to today and
I'm excited.
doing that thing.
All right, well, do you know, all this chat, we're going to come back and talk about where you've been, where you're going to be as well, because super exciting lineups have been seeing you on. We'll talk about that in a second. I think it makes sense for us to play Overload.
Yeah.
When was the last time you guys heard this?
The other day.
The other day. Yesterday.
Like literally.
Although I have to say, I'm loving like the updated version.
I was going to
Like,
say, yeah.
oh, it's so much fresher. Like, I mean, I'm always going to love the record, but you know, you play it a lot, and it
just never sounds like it gets old.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
it's not too
doesn't.
much of me
But
saying
what
that,
our
but it
new
does.
band have done with
Yeah.
it, I just love it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going back to the original. All right, so for those that remember, we're going to press play. Actually, girls, you want to introduce it? Might as well.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
All right, here's our first ever single, Overloads.
One extra breakfast with Nadia Jae.
That was Overload, Sugababes. The girls are in the building with me. So excited. That was a trip down memory lane, that was.
It was. I think we were like 14 when we did
Yeah.
that vocal.
Whoopsies.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
But also, Flatline, our single that came out a few years ago, that's back streaming now, so you can
Wicked.
hear,
Yeah.
you can
So they
hear
can
that
find it.
finally as
Yeah.
well.
Brilliant. And speaking of hearing you guys, so you performed at Mighty Hoopla the other week.
Yes.
You're going to be at Glastonbury. It's exciting. And of course,
Over
you've got your own
excited.
tour. So the tickets are out beginning of July.
Yes.
And you're taking the world by storm. We've got Liverpool here, Nottingham, Norwich. I can't begin to imagine how excited you all are.
Overly excited.
Yeah.
Really, really excited.
I think most artists would agree that the two things that you love the most, or that I guess you go into it for, is literally to do the creative process, to write and stuff, and then to perform.
Okay.
So a tour is just like it's one of the best things
I'm
to do.
so
Performing
excited.
live.
Any special guests? You know, people like to be bringing out people nowadays.
We haven't
we haven't even thought about it. No.
Don't just be Babeses.
Maybe.
babes.
Just be the Babeses. That's all we need.
Oh.
I want to play a little game with you guys before you go. We're just going to we're going to get to know the Babes again, because it's been a few years. So I want to know, I guess you can all agree as to who you think this would kind of apply to. But we'll start nice and easy. Who's the most likely to apologise first in an argument?
Matia.
Yeah, most probably.
What?
Matia.
Yeah.
That's her strongest point. Matia's
You
strongest
are
point.
so stubborn.
Oh, I'm
She's stubborn.
Yeah, but I know how to say sorry.
Okay.
She knows how to say sorry.
I do.
100%.
Nice.
That's
Stubborn
my-
is good,
So
but
do
sorry
I.
is my first
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, all right.
Okay, cool.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll let you have
100%.
that.
Let her have that. Right.
That's your thing, for sure. For sure.
Like that.
Like that. Okay, who's the perfectionist of the band? So who would want to record lines over and over again?
Keisha.
All day.
right?
Keisha for sure.
I'm working through it. But yeah, I'm quite critical.
It's a
of myself.
great. It's a great habit.
All right, who would have had the wildest industry party stories?
Mutia.
Yeah?
Maybe so.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've been to a few in my time.
And
And a close second, Keisha, then.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
two
think
seconds.
Keisha,
I got
and then
some
maybe
things coming
Siobhan
to mind.
afterwards.
No, yeah.
Okay, cool. Who takes...
I'm saying nothing.
Yeah, babe. I just want to know what's going on in their minds.
Oh, I'll tell you off.
Off air. Who out of the three of you takes the longest to get ready?
Keisha.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
probably actually. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
She's
Keisha.
very indecisive.
A
Right.
Libra, true Libra.
Oh, yeah, proper air sign. Got ya. Who is most likely to be on time?
Oh, I am.
No, I'm the most likely to be on time. You're the most likely to be early.
Oh, you're
Okay,
All right, well done,
yeah.
Siobhan, because that
All
was the
right.
question.
That's
All right, I
true.
like
Wasn't
that.
early, it was on time.
But
Yeah.
I do get there extremely
To,
early.
to the minute, I'm always on time.
Okay.
Although maybe
I'm a-
not since I've had children.
Right, it
but
be
Butcher,
like that.
you were always like an hour and a half early or
I
something.
don't
I'm just
mind
round the
though.
corner and I'm like,
Why?
I do wake up every day like 3 a.m. on a habit.
brings-
It's a habit.
which brings us to who is always late.
That was my next one. Siobhan, just, yeah.
Yeah.
getting better now. I do think I'm better. And it's like, it's not crazy.
She's working on
She
it.
might only be an hour late now.
Okay.
No, like 10. Oh, wait, well, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
For my Addison Lee,
You
like
have-
getting in the
you
car
have
and
thought
stuff.
better.
10 minutes, 10 minutes. All right, I love that. Well done. Well, I feel like we've got to know the Sugababes a bit more. I will ask her, like, because of the lineup changes X, Y, Z, is there anyone you look at and you think, do you know what, she'd make a good Sugababe, like, especially now that new artists and stuff like that, is there anyone you look at and think, oh, yeah.
Not necessarily Sugababes, but
Yeah.
there are like new artists where I love their like harmonies and stuff. There's like a new girl group
Oh,
that
I know
we,
who you're talking
who we
about.
really like, and they sing Cardboard Box.
Flo. I knew you were going to say Flo.
Yeah,
They're
they're
so
really
reminiscent
beautiful.
of you guys.
Yeah, see, I feel like they're more Destiny's Child.
Oh,
But like
okay.
British, and I feel like that corner was never really marketed. Like we never had like a UK Destiny's Child, and I feel like they definitely, for me anyway, I feel like that was
No,
it.
I think
but I don't know if people like the comparison, like, you know, every band wants to feel like themselves, but
agreed. We're going to play Flow because you guys have mentioned it. Everyone make some noise for Sugababes. I'm so excited. The tour is happening. You can get tickets on the 1st of July. Thank you girls so much for coming in. We appreciate it.